Boom! Peace and love, everybody. I'm Nehemiah Hardaway, aka Prophet. I've been on Facebook for about 65 days to focus on self-care, self-love. During that time, I also had the opportunity to meet with Memphis law enforcement agency as well as agencies in the surrounding areas in order to improve relationships with police and the citizens that they serve. I also met with the Shelby County corrections staff while teaching the course on restorative practices.
An important part about improving relationships, whether it be with the police and the citizens they serve, husband and wife, father and a child, or a teacher and a student, is understanding human behavior. Which brings me to this book, Positive Personality Profiles. So I acquired this book while visiting my sister. I talked to her neighbor, who happens to be a 25-year-old Caucasian male, who was having some challenges with his relationship with his father, who is a Christian pastor. And we had that in common because my father is a Hebrew Israelite pastor. And so from me and him having this conversation, this book helped him improve his relationship with his father. And so I learned that this information could also help me in the relationships that I have in my life. And so each relationship begins with love, but one of the key things to understanding these relationships and how to improve them is understanding the personality type and human behavior. And so in this book, it describes the 4 personality types of human behavior by the acronym DISC. D-I-S-C. Now this book is authored by Dr. Robert Rum.
So now we're going to discuss the acronym DISC. D-I-S-C. So during this episode, or this demonstration rather, I need for you to really pay close attention to what I'm about to say, because I'm going to ask you to tell me what personality type you think you are. Now, the purpose for me doing this is, as you can see, that I'm trying to build grassroots relationships in this region, in Memphis, in the surrounding counties. And so I'm seeking to connect with people who can identify what their personality type is, and then eventually we're gonna come together and we're gonna meet. So there's a method for all of this that we're doing together now. So just bear with me, all right? So now, D personality type from DISC. This type of personality in the positive personality profile is outgoing, task-oriented people. They're D. They're people who are normally dominant. And I know sometimes people, when they hear the word dominant, they think that's a negative. There's a duality to all things. So you can be a dominant person within balance, or you can be a dominant person out of balance, right? So they're also driven, demanding, determined, and they're decisive doers, right? That's a D-type personality. By the way, just because you're a D-type personality doesn't mean that you can't be an I or S or a C type, right? So moving to I. I is outgoing, people-oriented. I-type personalities are inspirational, influencing, inducing, impressive, and interactive, and they're very interesting type of personalities, okay? S-type personality. They're more reserved, people-oriented. S-type people are. They're supportive, stable, steady, shy, status quo driven, and they're specialists. Last but not least, C. C-type personalities are reserved, task-oriented. Now, C-type people are very cautious. They're very competent, and they're calculating in the way that they move. They're very concerned, careful, and they're very contemplative in the way that they think and the way that they operate. So those are the 4 different types of personalities. So which type of personality are you? Alright, so now all my D-type people in the comment section, I need you to give me a thumbs up for the squad D-type. All D-types, give me a thumbs up in the comment section. All my I-type people in the comment section, make sure you give me a heart. Let's get it, my I-type squad. All of my S-type people, my S-type, make sure you throw me in this emoji, the heart in the comment section. Now, all of my C-type people, last but not least, holler at me with the emoji in the comment section. All my C-type people, everybody is needed. Let's get it.
I seen 100 bricks, I had 100 Dracos with 100 shots.